Welcome to the next episode of Revolutionary Talk. We're on to episode 3 of Wellness Truths Exposed. So this truth is mental health does not affect your physical body.
False.
Big false.
Yeah. Hit us why.
Oh, gosh.
Or do you want me to start this one?
If you have something on the tip of your tongue, go for it.
I always have something on the tip of my tongue. So, for instance,
TMI.
a lot of us thinner people, sometimes I think we're very anxious people. And that's because like my brain's always working, and then it's like my brain starts moving. I'm like, shoot. Then my legs start working, and before you know it, they're both spinning, and I'm 2 miles away from where I started, and I'm like, dang, how do I get home?
Oh, okay.
No, I say, but anxiety. If you're mentally have a lot of anxiety, you move a lot, I feel like. And if you're depressed, you're probably very sluggish.
So you're saying like when you experience a lot of anxiety, is that energy, I guess you could say, kind of just radiating throughout your body and you just feel like you have to be up and doing something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I feel like depression's about the flip of that one. And then you're just like, it feels like bags are just weighing on you and you can't get up and you're just
Can't keep
stuck.
your posture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's affecting.
Yeah. That's probably pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
With a lot of people. Another thing that I've noticed with the massage therapy practice that I've done over the years is like really noticing how stress mentally, physically impacts your body, and especially up here in the shoulders. It's like a lot of people tend to be great up here, because we're at their desks, doing this all day and whatnot. It's sort of like
Guilty.
same.
When I actually do at it.
But it's like having the weight of the world on your shoulders because you're stressing out, your traps get tight. And then because your muscles connect into the back of your head right here at your hairline, some people may get headaches from this too, or migraines.
tension headaches.
Tension.
Yes.
Because it's just creating all of that.
Speaking of that, with the traps in the shoulders, we talked about a specific population earlier of like really fit people. What do we say? Bodybuilders?
Oh, okay.
So what do you guys like? Let's elaborate on bodybuilders. This is the perfect example of like they're these super fit people. How healthy are their minds? Well, are they even that healthy? I mean,
Well, definitely don't want to speak for everybody.
But generally speaking, as like a consensus.
I mean, I look at a healthy person as somebody who views themselves as like they're healthy, like they accept themselves, they love themselves. Because if you're not a healthy person, you're not going to like yourself, in my perspective, because it goes kind of hand in hand. It's like the whole idea of treating your body like a temple. You want to protect it and take care of it because it's really the only vehicle that you have while you're on this planet. So you can have a healthy body if you're a bodybuilder or anything else. Maybe if you're putting good food into it, and that food can be physically what you're putting into your mouth or what you're watching on TV, what you're reading, who you're in contact with, who you're in relationships with, so on and so forth. Because all of those various things that are putting off that kind of energy, whether positive or negative, is affecting you.
Yeah, good example. I think what I was trying to hit there was like Arnold Schwarzenegger. We all know how many bypasses has Arnold had to this day? Like I think three or four.
Yeah.
He's had some really big heart surgeries, and it's like he was the god of the world. Like he's this big healthy guy, and then it's like, ugh.
And I mean, so your body's working a lot. Like, I mean, I don't know obviously his whole story or anybody's story in that regard, but in my mind, if you're exerting yourself physically or mentally for that matter, just working, you're going to have to feed yourself back to increase your vibrancy in order to fill your bucket back up so that, again, like it's just that balancing act of making sure that you are healthy.
Yeah.
That's the word that was coming to mind for me is balance, because I mean, like we look at a lot of people that are like at the physical pinnacle, but their mental health greatly suffers a lot of times because a lot of times, honestly, it comes from a place of like disdain for themselves, or they're putting themselves through so much physical stress that, going back to what you said, whether like you love yourself and all that, a lot of times they don't. So are they really healthy even though they look great or whatever?
Or there's that comparison factor too, especially in the competitive world,
Yeah.
where you might have that mentality that you think you're never going to be that person up on the stage who is, that you think is the idea of a healthy person or of a champion or whatever that is. And so you could be beating yourself up over that, and that's not healthy either. And so it's always, in my mind, it's always just bettering yourself and just making each day, like, how can I make myself better? And keeping, as hard as it is, as human beings, keeping the comparison out
Yeah.
of the
That's a
picture.
big one.
Yeah, comparison will rob every like good thing that happens.
I mean, the only person you should be comparing yourself with is you.
Yeah, for sure.
So how does one balance the mental and the physical to achieve health excellence?
That's a good question. That's
a really good
tough.
question. I
That's
mean,
what I
that's
do. That's the tough ones.
Well, I mean, right? It's like where do you put your energy?
yeah.
I mean, that's a simple.
Definitely. It's like really figuring out what is feeding your energy positively versus what is sucking it away. And I guess another way to translate that is going back to the working out idea. It's if you're working out, for example, 20 hours a week, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But
Shoot.
I mean, I'm sure there's some really high-end athletes out there who are doing that. But at the same time, if you're putting that much work into your career or whatever goal it is that you're doing, making sure to put equal time into recovering, if not more time, to take care of yourself
Yeah.
mentally and physically. Like that's what I think is definitely important. And really finding also a core group of friends too, and people who are supporting you, because that can also be a big thing if there's people who are around you that may not.
You ever said this before on an episode. You are
Did
your
I?
environment. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you got toxic people around you, if they're mentally toxic, you're gonna get pulled in with them eventually.
Well,
so.
that, and then also like if they could see you as somebody like, oh, they're getting too successful, and then their mind shifts, and it can create some
Tension. Yeah.
tension. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I think even just recognizing that your mental health is even a thing is a good place to start, because then you can at least like be mindful of it. So a lot of times you just keep pushing yourself and you don't even take into account that. So I don't know if you have any tips on how to be more aware of it, or some things people could do.
Yeah, so I've been listening recently to a book called The Untethered Soul.
Oh yeah, I've heard that's a good one.
Yeah, it is a great one. And there was a part of it that, as you were saying that, Brady, it was resonating. We always, or I shouldn't say that. Maybe if you're noticing a voice in your head constantly, or every so often, and you're just like, how do I make this stop? This book, what he was recommending in it was just center, take a deep breath, take a few deep breaths if you need to, and then just tell yourself hello in your head. And then I was like, that's stupid simple. But at the
It's
same
super
time,
simple.
it really puts you at a point where you're focused in on that moment with your own hello.
Yeah. See, I've never said hello. I've always asked it the question, if it's like, you need to do this. And I'd be like, why do you think I need to do that? And it never gives you an answer either. It's
And
crazy.
the dialogue just keeps going too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we don't want to answer that. Oh, I'll tell you this. And, oh, this. And I was like,
Yeah. I'm gonna try.
pause.
Hello. I love that.
Hello, darkness. I mean, I don't know if it's a Gemini thing, but I talk to myself all day, every day. So I don't know that.
No, it's a Pisces thing too. Then.
Yeah.
Well,
But
there's 4 personalities. Oh.
Yeah, we're all we got the inner world and outer world very highlighted on this table.
But I don't know. I think a lot of times though, you are just actively doing things all the time. It's almost like you're out of body, like not even thinking of what you're doing throughout the day. You're just on the go, and it's not good for your mentals.
No, I notice when I get into that kind of mindset, I'm detached from the rest of my body. And then if I get too far separated, I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I like...
Yeah.
That's when I think anxiety hits me, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
whoa, how do I get back and feel grounded again?
Yeah, when I get moving fast, then I'm like, it's time to go slow again.
Yeah,
And then sometimes I get too slow, and I'm like, crap, it's
I'm
hard.
not
to do.
doing anything.
Yeah.
that balance.
Yeah.
Which one?
Awesome. So, good tips here. Tell yourself hello every now and then. keep track of your mental health and find that balance. Next episode, we're getting into essential oils and whether they're worth your money. Stay tuned.